Okay, guys, so our 11 unit design elements, I want to concentrate on the retrieval, interleafing, spaced practice for assessment for learning. So I want to just draw your attention to Google Docs. Google Docs is excellent to use for Zoom and collaborative work. So I have sent you a Russell Stannard video clip just to see how to do it and how easy it is to do, really. It's excellent to use in Zoom. Then WordWall is just such a fun way of doing retrieval activities with a gamified type of look. Flipgrid use that. Flipgrid for Feynman for Flipgrid. You can use Flipgrid for describing a diagram or getting the students to tell you in their own words how to complete a procedure. Easy to assess as well. Your Padlet, which you can also have voice responses, quick to listen to see if they've got the basic retrieval correct. Edpuzzle, again for quizzes. WordWall, also quizzes. Edpuzzle for quizzes where you use your FFP and then you slot in the multiple choice sections. It's really very effective. Google Forms, that is probably, I think, the best to use. Again, you can put in your FFP, so it's right there in the form, and then the multiple choice or different ways of asking questions is also available to you. Google Forms, Edpuzzle, WordWall, all self-marking, so that's really great. Don't forget WordMint, where you can make crosswords and things. Really great for your terminology. WhatsApp, they can also send you a WhatsApp of voice note of a summary of the work they learned for the block. So, I think it's just a case of us thinking a little bit out of the box in terms of putting together the retrieval and rehearsal, the interleafing for assessment for learning. The reason it's an assessment for learning, and we need to keep that, it's a process, it's not a product. So look at the work you've done through the first part of the year. Probe for gaps. You probe for gaps. Which sections or units do you feel still need the kids to catch up on, to rehearse more, so that they're ready for January? So you really need to cherry pick, to look very carefully at the work done. It's not about chapters or syllabi completion. It's about what sections you feel they need to do some space practice on and fill in the gaps. Probe the gaps, all of that. So again, it's not to be a labor marking intensive program, the space practice, but really get to the nitty gritty using the tools that we have available. Hi, I can't stress enough how important it is to have the reloading information, probing for gaps, variety and repetition. There's so many ways and methods to get this done, including your guided notes section of the PDF that I sent you, different ways of and quick to look at and see if they're okay, or send rubrics for the students, the learners to check themselves. It's just excellent. Your pictograms, your memory palaces, your Freya model, your probe for gaps. It's just so effective. Describe a timeline and send that on Flipgrid, the Feynman technique on Flipgrid, or even Padlet. The Chile strategy, give them a choice of different exam questions with a rubric. Mnemonics, dual coding. The essence of it all, though, is chunking. Small pieces as frequently as possible. There's the Leitner method, which will mean some prep in terms of your prep. And maybe that's really just not going to work right now, because we would need to be able to get the cards to the kids and all that. So maybe the Leitner doesn't work right now, or some of the students might be using it, and so encourage that. Using an app like the Forest app, which keeps you focused, or the Pomodoro method. Set a goal for each of your retrieval space practice activities. What is the goal? By the end of this activity, you must know the 10 phases of X, Y, and Z. So a basic compare and contrast strategy, just excellent for clarifying those concepts so that they're not so fuzzy. The Freya model, reloading memory builds the strength of neural pathways. It's as simple as that. So, yeah, good luck with your thinking it through.